Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all doing well tonight. I want to start by thanking you for taking the time to be here. We're about to dive into a powerful conversation, one that I believe will resonate with each of you in different ways. Relationships, love, and self-worth are topics that touch all of us, no matter where we are in life. But tonight I want to focus on something that many of us struggle with at some point. The idea that we have to beg for love. This misconception has seeped into the way we view relationships, our self-worth, and even how we see ourselves. But here's the truth. You were never meant to beg for love. Society might tell you that you have to chase, to work hard to earn love, or to change yourself to fit someone else's expectations. And while it may feel like that's what you need to do, deep down you know that something just doesn't feel right about it. Love, real love, shouldn't be something you have to chase after or beg for. It's not something that should diminish your worth. If you're feeling like you need to beg for love, it's time to step back and reevaluate your mindset, your worth, and the relationships you're in. Tonight, we're going to shift the focus. We're going to dive deep into why you are enough, why you deserve love that comes naturally and effortlessly, and why the moment you stop begging for love, you open the door to the kind of love that you truly deserve. I want you to understand that the love you seek, the love that makes you feel whole, that lifts you up, is the kind of love you should be attracting, not the kind that leaves you feeling drained, unworthy, or constantly questioning your place. So let's start by putting this into perspective. You are enough, just as you are. The love you deserve is one that sees you for who you truly are without needing to change a thing. There is no need to bend over backward, to sacrifice your identity, or to ask for validation. Real love doesn't come with conditions. It doesn't come with the requirement that you prove your worth over and over again. That kind of love is manipulation, not love at all. And we are going to break that cycle tonight. Over the next few minutes, we will explore how you can break free from the harmful mindset of begging for love. We'll talk about how to see yourself as the prize, the one who deserves to be loved, appreciated, and respected. We will also touch on the importance of self-worth and how embracing that truth empowers you to step into the type of relationships that serve you, not deplete you. The path to real love doesn't involve chasing after it. It involves recognizing your own value and making sure you only invite the kind of love that enhances your life. I want you to leave this session tonight with a deeper understanding of who you are, how deserving you are, and how to stop settling for anything less than the love you truly deserve. So, as we begin, take a deep breath, open your mind and heart, and let's get ready to change the way you see love. Tonight is all about empowering you to embrace your worth and stop begging for something that should always come freely. Are you ready to take the first step toward attracting the love you've always deserved? Let's dive in. You were not made to beg for love. Let's get one thing clear from the very beginning. You were never meant to beg for love. Society may make it seem like it's normal to chase after someone, to plead with them to see your worth, but deep down we all know that begging for love is demeaning. It chips away at your self-respect, undermines your dignity, and forces you to lower your standards for someone who doesn't recognize your value. You were born with an infinite supply of love within you. You are enough. You are worthy of love simply because you exist. The idea that you must fight, beg, or work harder for love is a lie. Real love doesn't require you to convince someone that you are deserving of their affection. Love should be freely given, not earned through desperation or self-sacrifice. Too many people spend their lives chasing after love, believing that if they just love harder or longer or in more ways than they've already tried, they will finally receive the love they crave. But the truth is, love is not something you can chase. It is not something that should be given conditionally. You are not meant to beg for it, to bend over backwards to fit into someone's idea of what you should be. True love doesn't require you to become someone you're not. When you beg for love, you're asking for validation. You're asking someone to tell you that you're enough when you should already know that within yourself. You're waiting for someone to choose you when you should be the one doing the choosing. If someone can't see your value, if they make you feel less than, if they only love you when it suits them, that is not love, that is manipulation. Think about it. When you beg, you put your worth into the hands of someone else. You allow them to determine if you are worthy of their love, attention, or affection. This isn't love. This is an unhealthy power dynamic, and it's one that you can break free from. You deserve the kind of love that makes you feel whole, not the kind that leaves you feeling empty or constantly questioning your worth. The kind of love that feels like coming home, where you don't have to pretend to be anything other than yourself. Love that is real won't make you feel insecure. It won't make you feel anxious, constantly wondering if you are good enough or if you're doing enough to keep them around. In fact, love that is real will inspire you to grow. It will challenge you to be the best version of yourself, not because you have to prove anything, but because they see your potential and they encourage it. Real love won't diminish your shine, it will celebrate it. And here's something crucial. When you stop begging for love, you open up space for the love that truly belongs to you. When you stop chasing after someone who doesn't appreciate you, you begin to attract the kind of love that sees you for who you are. You begin to call in a relationship that is built on respect, admiration, and mutual care. Not a relationship where you are constantly begging for crumbs. It's time to stop begging for love and start living a life that attracts it naturally. You are deserving of love, of respect, and of someone who sees you for the incredible person you are. No more begging. It's time to stand tall, knowing that you are already worthy of all the love that the universe has to offer. You are the prize, not the chaser. When it comes to relationships, there's a powerful shift that needs to happen. You need to stop thinking of yourself as the one who needs to chase love and start seeing yourself as the prize that deserves to be pursued. Too often we fall into the trap of thinking that love is something we have to earn, something we need to win, or something we need to convince others to give us. But the truth is, you are not a prize to be won through manipulation, begging, or compromise. You are the prize simply because of who you are. In the past, you might have found yourself doing things to get someone's attention, going out of your way to please them, sacrificing your needs for theirs, or twisting yourself into a version that they might find more appealing. You might have thought that if you just loved harder or if you just showed more patience, that eventually they would recognize your worth. But let me tell you this, you don't need to chase after love. Love should come to you naturally, effortlessly. Think about it. If you are the prize, then you don't need to beg anyone to see your value. A person who truly values you will recognize your worth without you having to do anything to prove it. They will see the beauty, the strength, and the uniqueness that you bring to the table, and they will choose you because they want to, not because they have to, but because they want to share their life with you. This doesn't mean that you should just sit back and wait passively for love to come knocking. Far from it. What it means is that you need to set the standard for what you deserve. Stop lowering your expectations. Stop accepting scraps of affection and stop putting yourself in situations where you are undervalued. You are worthy of the best, and the best should come to you. When you begin to see yourself as the prize, you stop chasing after relationships that drain you, confuse you, or make you feel less than. You stop entertaining relationships where your efforts are not reciprocated. Instead, you begin to demand the kind of respect, attention, and love that aligns with your value. You set boundaries, and you never settle for less than what you truly deserve. Let me be clear, being the prize does not mean being arrogant, entitled, or demanding. It simply means recognizing your inherent value and knowing that you have something valuable to offer. It means understanding that you don't need to chase someone to prove your worth, because your worth is already there simply by being yourself. It means knowing that you deserve a relationship where both parties are giving equally, where the connection is mutual, and where the love is pure and unconditional. When you adopt this mindset, something incredible happens. You stop attracting people who don't appreciate you. You stop attracting people who only want to take, manipulate, or use you. Instead, you start attracting people who are ready to invest in you, to care for you, and to show you the love and respect you deserve. You begin to attract the kind of people who see you as an equal, who want to build something beautiful with you, not someone who just wants to take from you. And the best part, when you are the prize, the right person will see it, and they will pursue you, not because they have to, but because they genuinely want to be a part of your life. They want to add value to you, just as you will add value to them. It's time to stop begging for love. It's time to recognize your worth, set your standards high, and remember, you are the prize, not the chaser. Let love find you by becoming the person who knows they are deserving of everything they've ever wanted. Stop chasing, start attracting. Never settle for conditional love. One of the biggest traps people fall into when it comes to relationships is the idea of conditional love. That love is something you have to earn, something that will only be given if you meet certain expectations, behave in a particular way, or meet someone else's needs before your own. But let me tell you this, true love is unconditional. It's not about what you can do for someone else, it's about what you both bring to the relationship as whole, where love is given freely and generously without strings attached. When you find yourself in a relationship where you feel like you constantly need to earn love or affection, you need to step back and evaluate what's happening. Begging for love often comes from the desire to prove your worth, to prove that you are deserving of someone's love and care. But love is not a prize to be earned. It's a gift that should be freely given, and it should be based on respect, mutual understanding, and shared values, not on your ability to jump through hoops or sacrifice your own needs for the sake of someone else's comfort. Never settle for conditional love. The type of love that says, I will love you, but only if you do X, Y, and Z. The type of love that makes you feel like you are walking on eggshells, always worried that you're not doing enough or that you might lose someone if you don't keep performing. That is not love, that is manipulation. When someone truly loves you, they accept you for who you are, flaws and all. They don't ask you to change who you are to fit their mold. They love you not because of what you can give them, but because they genuinely appreciate your presence in their life. In conditional love, there is always a power imbalance. One person may hold all the control, making the other feel inferior, unworthy, or as though they need to earn their place. But when love is unconditional, there is equality in a relationship. Both partners are valued, supported, and cared for without demands or conditions. You should never have to change who you are to be loved. If love comes with conditions, whether it's constantly proving your worth or compromising your values, then you are not experiencing true love. This doesn't mean that relationships won't have challenges, and it doesn't mean that there won't be things you need to work on together. No relationship is perfect, and it's normal to face tough times. However, unconditional love is what helps you weather those challenges. It's about accepting each other, growing together, and offering support and encouragement without keeping score. In your life, you need to ask yourself, am I settling for someone who only loves me when I meet their standards, when I fulfill their needs? Or am I embracing someone who loves me just as I am, regardless of my imperfections or mistakes? You deserve the latter. You deserve someone who accepts you as you are and who helps you become the best version of yourself. Not because they expect anything in return, but because they genuinely care for you and want to see you thrive. Never settle for anything less than unconditional love. Know your worth and remember that you are deserving of love that doesn't come with conditions. Real love is about acceptance, growth, and building each other up, not about meeting expectations or compromising your own sense of self-worth. Don't beg for love that is based on conditions. Wait for the love that sees you for who you truly are and loves you regardless. The importance of self-worth and independence. When we're talking about not begging for love, it's essential to understand the critical role that self-worth plays in the equation. Your self-worth is not defined by the love or attention you receive from others. It's something that comes from within. It's the belief that you are valuable and deserving of respect no matter the circumstances. When you understand and believe in your worth, you won't feel the need to beg for someone else's love, approval, or validation. You will no longer rely on someone else's opinion of you to feel good about yourself. Self-worth is not something that is earned through actions or gestures. It is inherent to who you are. You are worthy of love and respect simply because you exist. The moment you begin to seek external validation for your worth, you put yourself in a vulnerable position. You start to depend on others for your happiness, self-esteem, and confidence. But no one else can truly define your worth except you. If you rely too heavily on someone else's approval or affection, you are handing over your power to them. And that's where the danger of begging for love begins. If you constantly find yourself in situations where you feel like you need to prove your worth or earn someone's love, you're forgetting that your value is not tied to what others think of you. In fact, The more you seek validation from others, the less likely you are to form genuine, healthy connections. People can sense when someone is insecure or unsure of themselves. They can sense when you're looking for external validation to fill an internal void. And unfortunately, this can lead to relationships that are manipulative or unbalanced. Instead of giving love freely and accepting you for who you are, some people may take advantage of your insecurities or use your need for validation to their advantage. This is why independence is key. True independence is about being self-sufficient, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. It doesn't mean you don't need others or that you never seek companionship, but it means that you don't rely on others for your sense of identity or fulfillment. You are whole on your own. When you embrace your independence, you understand that love is something you share, not something you chase. When you're at peace with yourself and your own worth, you no longer need to beg for someone else to love you. When you feel secure in your own self-worth, you naturally attract people who appreciate and value you for who you are. You stop tolerating toxic relationships where your worth is questioned, and you start building connections that are based on mutual respect, support, and admiration. You become less likely to settle for relationships where you feel undervalued, and instead, you create relationships where both you and the other person can grow and thrive together. Furthermore, self-love is an essential part of independence. When you truly love yourself, you don't need others to love you to feel complete. You're not looking for someone else to fill the void within you. You've already done the work to cultivate a healthy, loving relationship with yourself. And that makes you a stronger partner in any relationship. Self-love empowers you to set boundaries, make decisions that are in your best interest, and walk away from situations that don't honor your worth. In the end, when you are truly independent and secure in your self-worth, you realize that you don't need to beg for love. You deserve to receive it. And when love is offered to you, it will be given freely without conditions, because the people who care about you will see your strength and value. Remember this, your worth is never something that can be bargained for. It's yours by right. And when you embrace that truth, you will never find yourself begging for love again. How to attract real, genuine love. Now that you understand the importance of not begging for love and how essential self-worth and independence are in forming healthy relationships, let's talk about how to attract real, genuine love into your life. Love isn't something you need to chase, beg for, or force. True, lasting love is attracted to people who are emotionally healthy, whole, and self-sufficient. It's drawn to people who are confident, who understand their own worth, and who embrace life with an open heart. Attracting love begins with being the best version of yourself. It starts with the work you put into yourself, your mindset, your personal growth, your values. When you focus on becoming a better version of yourself every day, love will follow naturally. You attract the energy you put out into the world. If you radiate confidence, positivity, and self-love, those around you will notice. The key to attracting genuine love is not about looking for someone to complete you or make you feel validated. It's about being complete in yourself, knowing that you're enough on your own, and then allowing someone to join you as an equal partner. You're not looking for someone to fill a void or solve all your problems. You're looking for someone who complements your life in a meaningful, supportive way. One of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to love is that they try to impress others by being something they're not. They wear masks, put up walls, or act inauthentic to gain affection or approval. But real love is built on authenticity. The person who is right for you will appreciate you for who you truly are, your strengths, your flaws, your quirks, and everything in between. When you try to be someone you're not, you're only attracting love that isn't genuine. You'll find yourself in relationships that feel empty or unfulfilling because they're based on false pretenses. To attract the right kind of love, embrace authenticity. Be comfortable in your own skin. Know your values and stand by them. Don't compromise on who you are for the sake of fitting into someone else's expectations. People who truly love you will value you for your genuine self. It's about being proud of your uniqueness and never settling for less than you deserve. Furthermore, love starts with how you treat yourself. If you're constantly putting others first, sacrificing your own needs, or tolerating behavior that doesn't align with your standards, you're sending a message to the world that you don't value yourself. But when you show yourself love and respect, By setting healthy boundaries, saying no when necessary, and practicing self-care, you create an environment where genuine love can thrive. Others will be drawn to the way you treat yourself because it will inspire them to treat you with the same level of respect and care. Another essential component in attracting real love is emotional maturity. People who are emotionally mature understand the importance of communication, empathy, and compromise. They are able to handle challenges in relationships with grace and understanding. They don't fall into toxic patterns of manipulation or control, but instead, they foster open, honest conversations and work through challenges together. Emotional maturity is attractive because it reflects stability and self-awareness. It shows that you're capable of building a healthy, sustainable relationship based on mutual respect. Lastly, be patient. Love isn't something you can rush or force. Sometimes it takes time to find the right person, and that's okay. While it's important to take action towards cultivating the life you want, don't feel like you have to settle or compromise just to fill an empty space. True love will come when you are aligned with your own values, when you're not chasing it, and when you're living your best life. Remember, love isn't something you beg for or demand, it's something you attract by being the best, most authentic version of yourself. When you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, you'll find that love will follow naturally, and it will be the real, lasting love you deserve. As we come to the close of our discussion tonight, I want you to remember one thing. You are worthy of love, not because of what you can do for someone, not because you're constantly seeking approval, but because you simply exist. Your worth is intrinsic, and the moment you recognize that, everything in your life begins to shift. The idea of begging for love, of proving your worth to others, has no place in your life anymore. It's time to shed that false belief. When you understand your value, when you acknowledge the love within you, you stop chasing love and instead you start attracting it effortlessly. Real love, the kind that lifts you up, respects you, and sees you for who you truly are, will come when you stop trying so hard to earn it. Remember, love should never make you feel small, insecure, or unworthy. Love should be freeing. It should empower you, encourage you to be the best version of yourself, and make you feel like you belong exactly as you are. So stop begging for love that doesn't align with your worth. Don't settle for anything less than love that is unconditional, love that sees you as the prize you are. And let's talk about self-worth one last time before we end. Your sense of self-worth is the foundation of all relationships. The stronger your belief in yourself, the more you'll see the value in relationships that nurture, respect, and uplift you. You don't need to rely on others to define your value. Your worth is already enough. The truth is this: the moment you stop begging for love, you'll start to attract the love that truly deserves you. Stop chasing validation. Stop sacrificing who you are for someone else's approval. Begin to embrace your worth and watch as everything falls into place. You are deserving of respect, care, and a love that is mutual and unconditional. So tonight, take this message with you. You were never meant to beg for love. You are worthy. You are enough, and you deserve to be loved in the most natural and effortless way. The love you seek is already on its way. When you stop chasing it, it will find you. Thank you for being here tonight. I believe in you, and I know that the love you deserve is waiting for you just as you are. Never forget your worth, and remember, you are the prize, never the chaser. End with this powerful line: you were never meant to beg for love, you were meant to be the love that you seek.